Hey everyone, welcome back to another Story World Survival episode. So in the background there, you can see what we got up to in last episode. We actually got up to quite a lot in last episode. We did some enchanting, we did some trading, and we went to the Nether, and we got some blaze rods, which is awesome, which is what prompted us to build that build behind us, which is our potion brewing hut. And I thought, a mushroom would be a really cool idea for it. I think it came out super cute. It's very, I don't know if cottage core is the right word for it. It's just cute, Here, let me free cam because you can't really get the full effect of it from the floor or from the ground, which maybe is a failure on my part, but I actually really love the way it came out. It's got, lots of little details, and it feels very whimsical and warm and not like moody, which is sort of what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be kind of fun and less like grim. And inside we just got all the basics for potion brewing. I've been harvesting a little bit of nether wart, and we've got our potion brewing stands, and then we've got a couple little patches for some nether wart to grow. We do need to go get more soul sand, so that could definitely be an agenda item for today's video. I am not super keen on going back to the nether right now, but it might be a good idea, just that way we can expand that operation. We do have enough though. It's not like we're not growing nether wart, so I think we're okay right now with what we've got. But yeah, so we are back in the story world survival. We're gonna keep on with our agenda items in terms of, if you haven't been watching my last couple episodes, basically what we're doing is we're prepping for the dragon battle, and then we're also prepping for a castle build, which is going to kind of be built into these mountains that we have here. And we did a ton of resource gathering in last episode, which was great. Definitely going to get up to a little bit of that in this episode as well. And then I'm trying to sort of grapple with what the next step for preparing for the end battle, or I always call it the end battle, for the dragon battle would be. I think it would be getting some ender pearls, sorry, well, ender eyes eventually, once you combine them with the blaze powder, but ender pearls to get us started. And I was really hoping I could kind of cheese it and use one of my, was there, oh, I thought there was a villager up there. That freaked me out. Excuse me. I was really hoping I could cheese it and use one of my cleric villagers. I am not sure the best way to level him up besides trading for rotten flesh. I don't feel like giving him gold. I mean, I could, but it's not an ideal way to do it. I could also like trade with him for lapis or something, just like burn through some emeralds. We're pretty good on having to enchant our gear, so we could do that. I did realize that my fire protection helmet and chest plate are not compatible with protection, which was a great thing to learn. A little disappointing because I was hoping, I don't know why you couldn't do both on a piece of armor, but I guess it's just one of those Minecraft quirks that, you can't have both fire protection and protection on a piece of armor. But yeah, so definitely a whole bunch of stuff to get up to today. I think one of the things that might be a good idea to just sort of kick off today with is to go over to the zombie spawner and get as much rotten flesh as we possibly can and do a little trading with him to level him up, and then possibly get the ender pearl trade, and then also go and grab some more smooth stone, because I filled up basically an entire chest over in our sort of supply depot for the castle building project, but I want at least, I think 2 full chests of that would be perfect. I think that would be a great starting point, and then we can kind of know that we're all sorted on smooth stone. So awesome. All right, I'm gonna go over to the zombie spawner and set myself up there for a little while. and I won't make you watch me do that. You know, it's not very good content. So yeah, let me go do that for a little bit, and hopefully we can get, you know, a bunch of zombie flesh. The looting sword that I have here, Umbra, kills it when it comes to picking up zombie flesh. I mean, obviously looting makes it better, but I think the last time I did this, I ended up with like almost 10 stacks of rotten flesh. So if we can do that again, hopefully we can level that guy up like one more time. Also, okay, I just checked this out when I was setting up to record this episode. My iron farm, no villagers, none. They're all gone. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I have the zombie too close or if what is going on. This iron farm has been a thorn in my side for so long, and I have so much iron though, like I don't even know how much I need to worry about it. I would love to get that working again one day. It's super disappointing that it just kind of, you know, broke on me because of that Enderman, and then hasn't worked since. I literally had this iron farm working for part of one episode, and that it hasn't really worked properly since that happened. So yeah, maybe that's another agenda item today. Again, I'll cut that up real quick so that way you guys don't have to watch me lead a bunch of villagers over there super slowly. But yeah, definitely would love to get that iron farm working again. That would be a great way to get some emeralds for sure if we could set up an iron trade, but we'll have to kind of, that's a sort of down the road thing. I don't know that we can really commit fully to that today. So all right, I'm gonna grab some rotten flesh and we're gonna get all set up, and yeah, we'll just sort of kick off this episode with a little bit of XP farming and rotten flesh farming. All right, so I grabbed a whole boatload of zombie flesh. I spent a really long time over there, probably at least an hour, just waiting for that chamber to fill up and then taking them all out and doing that over and over again. And it was well worth it because I was able to repair up basically all my gear to full, including my silk touch pickaxe and my armor, except for my helmet, which doesn't have mending on it. But now we can go and do some trading real quick, which is awesome because we're going to get a bunch of emeralds from it. So let's head over here, jump into our little village area, and check out what our cleric's got going for him. Not a lot of, where are all the villagers? They're in here, right? There he is. Okay. Got a little nervous there. All right, buddy. Okay. I always struggle with this. Did that level him up? Okay. Do you think? Okay, he's got glowstone and rabbit's foots. Go refresh. Do your thing. Come on. There we go. I'll have a little bit more. How do you tell how much XP they have? Restock up to 2 times per day. Okay, so you can restock one more time, buddy. I would love for him to restock. Oh, I think he just did. Oh, he still won't let me trade for that. Come on. I don't think he's gonna do it today. Not that I think this tiny amount of rotten flesh. Let me check to see how much rotten flesh I've got hiding around. Also, we got 32 emeralds from that. That's awesome. Also, I do apologize. I'm getting over a cold, or it was like it started with allergies. Like it was definitely allergies to start, and then it turned into this nasty cough, and I was just a mess for a couple days. And so that's one of the reasons why the most recent video I uploaded was a no commentary long play, which is not something I'm super keen on doing, although I'm gonna be curious to see how it does. But I literally didn't have a voice, and I wanted to get a video ready for last week, but I didn't. I couldn't talk. Like I had no voice, and it's still sort of coming back. It's a little rough, so I'm sorry if I sound a little extra nasally or a little gravelly. But yeah, it was really rough the last couple or last week. I was a mess, and so I did get over it relatively quickly, though. The one day I was planning on recording, I just did not have a voice, or I did, but it would not have sounded at all pleasant to listen to, and it might not still sound pleasant to listen to, but this is what we're getting, because I got to get a video ready. But I am curious. Definitely let me know in the comments, either on the video or on this video, what you think of a no commentary long play. It was an interesting vibe. I usually love interacting with you guys and sort of talking through stuff as I'm working on things, but I just sort of took the opportunity to just, you know, chill out and do my thing. And oh, will he? I don't have enough rotten flesh, of course. Oh, I've got some more here. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting vibe for sure. All right, did that get you upgraded? Nope, it didn't. All right, well, maybe I'll buy some stuff from him. I don't know. I wish I could see how close he was to leveling up, because if he was close, I would just, you know, buy some random stuff. But let me see if I have any gold to trade him, because I'm not really, I've got a ton of powered rails stashed away, and that's the only other thing I can think of. Maybe, I mean, netherite down the road, but I can always go to the nether and pick up some more gold. So let me check for some gold. I have 9 bars of gold. I have a ton of emeralds, though. I should just try trading with him. You know, some glowstone wouldn't be bad to have. So maybe I'll just pick up some of that. Really want this guy to have an ender pearl trade. Kind of pinning a lot of hopes on it. Oh, okay, he's up to emerald. Does it... Yes! 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 Oh, I can cheese it. I don't need to kill a bunch of Endermen. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my god. Okay, I am so into that. I'm gonna just buy out his entire stock right now. And then we'll do some trading down the road for, you know, some other stuff. Oh my god, I could not be... Oh, and he's got a bottle of experience and... Nether wart for emeralds. Okay, that's all really good. The nether wart would be a lot easier to well, I mean, the zombie flesh is fine to gather, but the nether wart sort of grows passively, and the zombie flesh, I have to like go over there and hang out for a while. Oh, I'm so thrilled. That's fantastic. Okay, I'm just gonna put down the emeralds in here. This is the only place I ever use them, and I'll bring the rest of this stuff back over to my storage room. Oh, no, you don't get out, buddy. You're all stuck in there. But having an ender pearl trade is so awesome. I don't need to worry about it. I can just trade for them, and I can get as many as I want. I don't need to like fight endermen. I got 7 ender pearls right now. I would like quite a few, honestly, because I'd like enough to convert to Eyes of Ender. I think you need 12 if the portal doesn't have any in the eyes in it, which I know is kind of uncommon for it to not have any eyes in it, but I'd like 12 for that, and then I'd like a number of pearls for the dragon battle itself, because I know it helps if you get like scooped up, you can pearl your way down and save yourself, or you can pearl up to the towers and get the crystals really easily. Okay, trying to think of what to do next. I think I do want to go grab a bunch of stone and just bang that out really quickly. We have the Silk Touch pickaxe totally refreshed, so we can just, you know, get a whole bunch of stone and just not have to worry about it. I'm gonna put some stuff down though. I'm gonna drop the bow. I'm gonna drop my other pickaxe because I don't need it right now. Although, actually, you know what? No, I am gonna hang on to that because I would like to, if we pick up any ores, I'd like to use my fortune on that. So, all right, let's go take out some stone. Let's do that. I also know that my videos have been a little out of sync because I was trying to get ahead the other week. I had 2 weekends of trips coming up, and I got one video totally done in time, really early, and I was able to sort of have that one on deck and ready to upload. But then the last video, the next video, which is the commentary long play that's going to come out after this video, I started filming and then I just got, you know, pulled away by lots of other stuff and I wasn't able to keep working on it. So my videos have been kind of out of sync. Hopefully once that video is uploaded, I'll be back on track in terms of, oh, I need torches. Yeah, I need torches. But hopefully once that video is uploaded, I'll be back on track for having all my videos sort of chronologically in the right order in terms of uploading a story world survival and then uploading a commentary long play. And I'm very curious to see how the no commentary long play does, because again, it was a first for me, you know. It was definitely interesting not being able to sort of talk things through. And I know you guys aren't like there in the moment. Whoa, oh god. I know you guys aren't there in the moment. I know you're all watching it after the fact, so you don't really get to see or to input on what's going on. But it's still just weird to me to just keep going and not talk the entire time. And I guess I could have talked. I muted my audio, so I wasn't, you know, just, you couldn't hear me coughing and wheezing because I was sick, but it still was it was odd. It was an odd thing. Oh wait, let's check to make sure we don't have torches already. Okay, looks like we don't. We're gonna make a whole bunch of torches and we're gonna stash a few of these and we're gonna put the sticks away. But yeah, so definitely looking forward to having my regular video schedule back on you know, on deck, and not having to kind of mess around with, you know, one video one week, we're pre-recording another video the next week. The next time I'm going away and having like a big trip is going to be in June, like late June. So that is surprisingly coming up. I cannot believe where we're at with the year already, but I think I'm going to try to be a little bit more on top of it. And I'm also realizing that, you know, you guys are awesome. And if I don't get a video up one week, you guys, like, nobody's drilling me for it. It's funny because I actually started a TikTok, which if you haven't gotten over there, or maybe you are from there, regardless, I've been posting shorts, my YouTube shorts on TikTok. And you know, when I don't post a TikTok, I think it definitely goes a little bit more noticed than when I don't post a YouTube video. I do enjoy posting TikToks, you know, the shorts are really fun to make, and what we're doing on that like channel is a fantasy village build where I'm sort of just freehanding these cool fantasy houses and farms and everything, and we're building up like a whole village, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. And if you haven't checked them out, go check them out, because I think we're on day, let's see, when will this video upload? We probably will be on day 8 because I just posted day 7. So I will hopefully have day 8 up around the time that this video goes up. But it's definitely it's a totally different flow in terms of the schedule of content creation when it comes to YouTube versus TikTok. I know TikTok is just like a different medium altogether, and you know, people, there's more of an immediacy and urgency when it comes to TikTok, as opposed to YouTube, where people are just kind of like vibing out. And you know, people on TikTok are kind of more in need for more content, you know, because it's so short form that, you know, you can watch 100 videos in an hour and you've burned through all of, you know, a certain person's content or all the new content that you can see. So it's an interesting change for me, but I do think no matter what, my long plays are always going to be the bread and butter of the content that I make. I just love making long plays. I love watching long plays. They are just like the best chill content where you can just sort of vibe out with whoever's playing and enjoy like some relaxing time. I get a little stressed out when I have to do shorter form videos because I'm trying to figure out, you know, like format and voiceovers and stuff. But I am thoroughly enjoying that TikTok series. It is a lot of fun. And if anybody has any suggestions as to content you would like to see me create that's shorter form, definitely in terms of shorts and reels and TikToks, please feel free to suggest it, because I would love to broaden my horizons. I did try making a sort of build tutorial video where I made like a starter house, and that was awesome. And I do think I'm going to make it part of a larger series where we make like a whole starter base with like storage and enchanting and smelting and all the things you'd need, and all in a way that's like survival friendly and, you know, easy to obtain materials and everything. But it was a little departure for me, and so I'm still grappling with the kind of content I want to make in those shorter videos. So all right, I'm gonna keep mining away here and fill up my pockets and get a whole bunch of stone, and we're gonna tuck this away in the supply depot. I think I'm just gonna do one round of this. I don't want to drag this out, and hopefully, I mean, we're already getting there a little bit, so, but I don't want to drag this out. I definitely want to get up to a build today and sort of see, you know, where today leads in terms of getting a build started. So all right, I will mine away. Oh boy. I'm surprised we haven't broken into another chamber yet. Okay, there's no way for anything to get up from there, so it will become a problem in just a minute, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'll have to run in there and light some stuff up. All right, let's check out what's... Jesus, where... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my God. This whole area is literally one high below me. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh, we got some buddies. Some friends. Where are you at, buddy? I think he's stuck. Okay. I'm going to take this opportunity. Start walling this off. Just want to make sure that I'm not gonna like get attacked while I could go in there and like poke around for some supplies. Honestly, the only thing in there that I would be kind of excited about would be some coal, but we have a pretty decent supply of coal. We have the smelting house, so we have infinite fuel for smelting, and I just don't feel the need, really. I just, you know, I don't want to mess around with that. So, okay, let's keep digging away. We're pretty close. Yeah, we're pretty close. I found one pocket of coal. It got me 44 coal. Then I found 2 blocks of iron that gave me, or 2 iron ores that gave me 4 or 8 iron, which fortune, man. I mean, fortune. It's the enchantment. That's the 50s magazine ad. Fortune is the enchantment. It just really is. All right, so we got a pretty full inventory of stone. We got a bunch of coal, a little bit of iron, which is super cool. It's so great having that here. Wait, I just want to look at the progress we've made, because this guy is, I mean, we're getting there. Like, we are. This is getting pretty deep. I want to bring it all the way down to deep slate. Actually, further, I would like to bring it all the way down to bedrock, and then I want to set up the mob farm in there, because the drop rates on that are going to be insane if we have that many levels in it. I don't even know if it'll work properly, actually, if we do that, but I don't know. I would prefer to do it that way. Oh, the roof is oxidizing. That's cool. It's taken forever. It's taken so long, but nice. All right, happy with that. Let's drop off our stone in the little supply depot over here. It's like somewhere over there, I think. It's not. It's somewhere over there. Or is it over here? It's somewhere up here. I'm sure if I go up, I'll find it. I should definitely build like a little tower or something so that way I can see it. All right, let's get up here. Here it is. All right. Oops. Don't want the coal. Perfect. So that's about a chest and a half of smooth stone, which is a really great starting point for the castle. I think we could definitely fill up that second chest with just the rest of that being stone. And I doubt that'll be enough for the whole project. I'm sure we're going to need to do many supply runs in order to, you know, construct the full castle that I have in mind. But that is going to get us there in terms of at least getting like a first wall set up and a bunch of the beginning structures and everything. So we're cooking. This is looking really good. So let's throw down the silk touch pickaxe and the little bits of ores that we got. Just gonna toss you in here, Silky, And then we'll toss in the coal. Got so much coal from that. And a bunch more iron. Not that we're very poor on iron. So, all right. So now let's start thinking about today's build. I mean, just to recap, like we just got so much done. We got an ender pearl trade. We got all of our gear re-healed by the zombie spawner. And we got a bunch of stone ready for the project, the castle project. So I'm feeling good. You know, build wise, we could start working on the gatehouse. We need to do another round of resource collection for that though, because we don't have any wood, which is another key element in this build. So I'm thinking we'll skip that. I'm almost feeling like I should wait until I complete the dragon fight to even start working on the castle. That could be kind of like our victory lap, like, you know, get the castle done or start building the castle once we've like conquered this world in a way. Let's eat. And what I was thinking, and this might be a weird idea, but I don't know. I was thinking about doing something over here in this, on this little plot that we've sort of been playing with for a while. You know, we've been looking at it and considering different things to do. And you know, in my head, I'm loving this vibe of building these kind of like magical, whimsical things outside of the village, you know, because we've got the potion brewing hut, which is sort of off. We've got the enchanting house, which is sort of off. And I was kind of thinking, now that we've got that cleric leveled up, of maybe doing kind of like a hermit's tower where our cleric could live. Like we can cart him over here and we could set him up to basically have his own little space outside of the village, which would, like, in my head, the story is that like, oh, he's the magic guy, like he doesn't live in town. You've got to go out of town to go visit him, sort of like a witch's hut kind of thing, but like a major, no, like a warlock, like a warlock's tower, you know. So something here could be really cool. I'm into that idea. It is a little ways to cart him, but we went further to cart the villagers over the first time. We were way over there, like way past the windmills. So I think we have enough minecart rails to get him over there. The other option for the location of this would be kind of over by the nether portal, which there's a part of me after I don't do this often, but I've rewatched my last video just for the like kicks and giggles, like what do my videos look like after I make them, you know? I spend so much time recording them and editing them that once I'm done with them, I just sort of put them down and I don't look at them again. But the other day I figured, why not just watch one of my own videos, you know? And there was a part of me that was sort of kicking myself for building the potion brewing hut over there, because I was thinking about ways to sort of bring this path up and around, and let me free cam this, like sort of building like a retaining wall sort of structure here, winding the path up and around and connecting it to the nether portal, which would be a cool build, and then building more stuff out over here. And we've got this like cool ravine that we could do like bridges over. This is actually really cool. How have I never gotten in here? Well, wait, I have, in a way. Oh yeah, okay, so it connects to that big chamber over there. But we've got this cool ravine that we could do like bridges over. We've got, you know, tons of space to work with up here. I could see a lot of really cool builds, a lot of infrastructure going in up here. And like, it's time, you know, like look at how well settled we have this valley. There's obviously gaps, you know, but these I think are going to become aesthetic areas, like farmlands and maybe like more little builds. I don't know how much more functional stuff we can fit in the valley, and there's a part of me that feels like we need to start expanding outwards, because we need to start thinking about, you know, bigger infrastructure. Like one thing that was sort of going through my head, and this might be another build for today, is, you know, our storage setup has worked. It's gotten us through 21 episodes now, and it's not overstressed, you know. There's still, I mean, we still have like multiple empty chests all around, and even the ones that have stuff in them aren't like overflowing, you know. We've we've got plenty of room to continue expanding out into. But there was a part of me that was thinking maybe we should start considering a more upgraded storage setup, something with tons of room, something that we could never conceivably fill all the way up. You know, this is a great area. This setup works really well. If we need to sort of just keep some quick supplies on hand that are going to be easy to get to, I feel like we're always going to be using this storage house. But if we wanted to start doing some like bulk storage, like, okay, we've completely filled up this chest with cobblestone, let's start shuttling some of it over to our bulk storage, and we could kind of start filling up chests over there and have like a ton of supplies sort of settled away. So I don't know that that's exactly the build I want to do for this particular video. I think the sort of Hermit's Tower would be more of an interesting build. And so we just need to suss out where it's going to go. And, you know, we do already have a tower here. So that is something we do need to consider in terms of putting another tower in this area. I am more partial to having the tower over there. And it'll kind of round out the fact that, you know, I mean... just looking at it, like, let me free camp for a second. Let's see, we got 1 tower, we got 2 towers, we got 3 towers, we got 4 towers, we've got 5 towers. That's actually less towers than I thought there'd be. I mean, I don't know, do you consider the windmills towers? Do you consider the mushroom a tower? I definitely don't consider the mushroom a tower. I really would be hard pressed to consider the windmills towers too, because they're just sort of like, that's just the structure of a windmill. Windmills are sort of tower-esque in shape. So not really feeling like that those are towers. 5 towers, we could go for a 6th. I have no problem with a 6th. And getting one over here would kind of bring a little bit more infrastructure this way as we continue to expand out and give more purpose to coming over to here in terms of, like, you know, because really the only thing that's going on over here is the logging house. And so if we have a tower over here with our enchanting, or not enchanting, our sort of cleric villager set up in here, I think that is a really cool idea. And then once we set up the once we set up the mob spawner, that'll be perfect. Okay, so I think it's decided. We're gonna do the mobs, or not the mob spawner, the cleric's tower. I think that's a good idea. I cannot wait to see something just sort of sitting right there. That's gonna look so good. I love that. Now we just need to think about what we want to build it out of. And obviously it's gonna be kind of magical in nature, so it's gotta have, you know, like some magical elements to it. There's a part of me though, how much do we have? We do not have a lot of copper. There's a part of me that wants to do it out of copper. I think that would be, like, once it's fully oxidized, I think that would be so cool. So yeah, I'm thinking we do it out of copper, which I'm like super down for. We're gonna need to do a little collecting of copper though, because we do not have enough for sure. I mean, I want like roofs, I want, like, you know, details, I want as much of it that I can build out of copper. I think would be worth it. And another block that I think might be kind of cool to incorporate into it is tough. I've seen a lot of like tough and copper builds lately, and I think that's a really cool color palette. Like, they work together really well. So I'm thinking tough and copper, which means that we're gonna need to do some gathering of, oh god, I see him. I saw him over there, and I'm not messing with it. We're gonna have to do some gathering of some copper, and we're gonna have to do some gathering of some tough, which is totally cool. I'm into it. I want to do it. So let me run around here. God, the last time I was down here, I felt like all I found was copper. I felt like copper was everywhere. But now I'm not seeing any. Maybe I already cleaned this place out. What did I use that much copper for? Let's see. Copper, copper, copper. Oh, there's a whole bunch over there. Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! Do I have any building blocks to get? Okay, I don't need them. All right. That was a little scary. This cave is so treacherous. I I am not a fan of this cave. I come in here because I have to, not because I want to. All right, let's pick up. Oh my God, I'm getting so much copper from this. Fortune. It's the enchantment. Whoa. I was just about to say something about how happy I am with how far we've come with this cave, but we still have a ways to go, apparently. We're not quite there yet. let's oh gosh, I just want to light this area up a little bit more. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. He's just like following me around. I'm not into it. I hear you. I'm not engaging. How much copper do we have? Holy moly, I wasn't even paying attention. Oh my God. I think we're good. I think we may have done it. I don't think we need to worry about copper right now. Let me sleep before I go back up there. I don't want to mess with going down there or up at night. Oops. All right, let's just bring this right over to the smelter and just fire it off. Definitely like another kind of big infrastructure build that would be good is like a super smelting system that like automatically feeds stuff in and takes it out, because we're gonna have to manually smelt all these, which is not too big of a problem. I mean, I cannot imagine we're gonna need all these stacks, but let's just drop some of this. Jeez, Pete's, my God, that's a lot of copper. Let's grab some lava buckets. And let's set this up. I could expand this too. Like I could do another layer of furnace. I might just do that. How much stone do I have? Furnaces. All right, I can get another 3. Cause like, why not? Why only have 5 furnaces here? I've got way more than enough room for more. Miss a bucket? I must have missed a bucket. There it is. Okay. Smelting away. That's awesome. Okay. So now let's check on our tough supply. I feel like we probably actually have a decent amount, because the last time I used tough was for the iron farm, and oh, it's my dog. What are you doing? She's doing something. It's very strange. Deep slate stuff? Nope. Probably stone variants. We actually don't have that much. We could totally go for some more tough. Okay, so let me throw down. It's bothering me that that's in there. Let me throw down that. Let me grab this and this. And I'll throw down the iron, the coal. Am I putting flint and gravel stuff? I am. Flint. Miss cave stuff has that. Oh, I forgot to put that down. And then I just want to make like the other. Well, let's just make as many as we can. Okay, so we'll make another 10. And then I think we're good. I'm gonna run over to the smelter again, set up the rest of these furnaces, and get the rest of as much more copper smelting as I can. I'm probably way overdoing it, but I don't mind having like a huge supply of copper. It's something I ignore all the time, and then when I want it, I don't have any. So let's knock these out. And let's knock these out. And just for symmetry's sake, it's gonna bug me. I didn't put anything in there, right? Yeah. And might as well, right? I mean, we've got 3 left. Okay, that is a smelting setup if I've ever seen one. There's quite a few there. All right, let's grab these out. Oh, did I put down the buckets? Oh no, I never took them out, right? Yeah. Let me grab these back. I got all of them out of here though, right? Yeah. And buckets. We're gonna need more buckets if we're gonna do this like this though. And some copper. Or look at that. That's a thing of beauty. Okay. Let's throw down the buckets and let's just go do our mining thing, right? Like, let's go down. There's probably some pockets of tough down in the deep slate mines, but I'd almost prefer to just do some. Oh god, this always freaks me out. I'd almost prefer to just do some strip mining and try for some diamonds. Yeah, I mean, there's tough right there. There's tough right here. But I wouldn't mind like doing a little bit of strip mining to try for some diamonds. I don't have a lot of torches, so if I run out of torches, then we're just gonna hit up one of those pockets and call it quits. That's right, yeah. There you go. You'll love to see it. This is my first diamonds with the fortune pick. How many did we get? 5 from 2? It's more than doubled. That's pretty good. All right, I have a feeling we're underneath the ancient city. Yes, we are underneath the ancient city now, which means that if we set off a shulker, not a shulker, a shrieker, we're gonna have to deal with that. There's some diamonds right there. I mean, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, there we go. Look at that little pocket hiding from me. Would have never found that. 9. Did that just give me 4 diamonds? That's insane. All right, we just mined out like the most massive area. It was this tough deposit is huge, which is awesome. I mean, I have, what is that, like 10 plus stacks of tough, so we're good. We're good. There's no way. There's just absolutely no way we'll go through all that. So let's head back up. And then the wood element in this build that I was thinking, I was thinking spruce. I know, big shock. You know, Otto's gonna use some spruce, but it just feels right, you know. I don't know though. Actually, let me consider my options. One that would be kind of cool, although we'd need to go get a bunch, is some, oh, what do you call it? Acacia. Yeah, we do not have enough, but acacia would look really cool with copper, tough, and with copper, tough, and acacia. I think that would be a really cool color palette. Let me start throwing stuff down in our building supplies. Awesome. Okay, I mean, I'm super into the idea of using acacia. I think that would be really cool. I'm trying to let's review our map mod. God, why does it always do this? It always gets stuck on that. No, I don't want it in cave mode. There we go. So let's see. I know there's some savanna. Yeah, there's some savanna over here. There's actually a bunch of savanna over there. So, and there's the jungle. Or would jungle wood look good? Ooh, that's a tough sell. What is that? Is that mangrove? What? What? Oh my god. It's tiny, but I could get, wait, what part of this is mangrove? I just saw mangrove right there. Oh man. Okay, I don't think that's today's objective. But there's mangrove right there. Wait, is that mangrove too? No, that's just swamp. Is that mangrove? No, that's just more swamp. I can't believe there's mangrove right there. I feel like I'm cheating by seeing that that's there by using the map mod, but that's honestly not even that far away. How have I not discovered that yet? Okay, I say let's head over to this savanna and hit that up. Ooh, is there a coral reef there? That would be super. Ooh, it looks like there is. God, I love this mod so much. I'm not even gonna justify it like I'm not cheating, you know. I mean, I don't know. You tell me in the comments if you think using the map mod to like find stuff that's far away is cheating or not. I just like, you know, Minecraft is full of different ways to sort of, you know, I don't know how else to say it, but like have tools at your advantage. And one of the things that you can do is you can download mods that allow you to do things that you can't do in vanilla Minecraft, you know? And it's not like I'm downloading, you know, a fly mod or a, you know, X-ray mod or something. Like I'm downloading mods that just kind of improve the vanilla experience and you know, like give me a little bit more like kind of tools in my tool set, but I will concede that sometimes it is a little bit like, okay, well, you wouldn't have found that if you hadn't looked on the map mod. So, but I'm gonna take it as a win. I don't need to go that way. I kind of need to go this way and then through here. Is that another village? There are so many freaking villages around here. It's absurd. But let's go this way. Let's hit up that savanna. Let's grab some acacia wood. And yeah, that'll be the palette. It'll be copper. Oh, wait, sorry. Not to get us like halfway there and then turn around, but let's check on that copper. If it's done, we should try changing some of that out and then also taking it out and letting it oxidize while we're on this little trip. my goodness. That's a lot of copper. I think we're probably good, guys, especially because I think I'm going to be using cut copper, which I'm pretty sure converts down, like, or converts up. I don't know how to say it, but one block of copper block like this converts to like 4 cut copper or something. So that's a lot of copper. All right, I'm gonna head off to the savannah and pick up a whole bunch of acacia wood. Oh, we got a ruined nether portal here. Let's check this out. All right, what do we got going on here? All right, some iron. Definitely take that. Oh, a whole bunch. Blast protection, fire protection, and curse of vanishing. Yeah, I'm good on all that. And then there's a village right up here. Nice, yeah. We must plunder. We have to loot the village. All right, let's see. What's going on? What do you guys got? What do you guys got? Nothing. Let's keep checking it out, though. Not ready to give up hope yet. Ugh, I get such bad luck with villages. Not that it's, like, really appropriate to totally loot a village, but... I mean... I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you loot villages to, like, absolute nothingness. This is weird. Isn't there supposed to be, like, a full second floor here? It's weird. Okay. Ooh, green carpet. Taking that. What a weird thing to take. I want your green carpet. I see an armor or whatever up there, so I'm gonna head up there. Or a blacksmith. I don't know what you call it. Got a grindstone. What do you got? What do you got? Golds. Everything else in here. I mean, I'll take the apples. I don't really care for obsidian or iron anything. I mean, I guess I could. I'm not gonna. Like, I could take those and smelt them down into iron nuggets, but, like, we're good on iron, you know? We got a child jumping on a bed. That's fun. That's cute. Whoa. Whoa. My God, there are no chests, like, anywhere in this village. Excuse you. Oh. Oh. All right, the gold nugget. I'll take the apples, too. Yeah, nothing. How about in here? Oh, this is the, I don't even know what they are. But they're like guys with looms. I don't know what that is. This is a cool village, though. This is pretty big. Nope. Y'all just leave your doors just wide open. You have some faith in your fellow man. What is going on? I feel like some of these houses are so big to have no chests in them. I go in here? Yeah, I think I went in there. Sleep. Check out these this last house here. Nothing. Wow. Just terrible luck. I do think I'm gonna take your bell. Yeah, I want that bell. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. Whoa. Oh, that was close. Oh, this is precarious. Oh, God, zombie. Run. Ah, yes. My prize. Bunch of acacia trees. Also, like, a million of these flowers. I don't even know what they are, but I'm going to take them. They're cute. I like them. I'm not justifying myself to you. I want these pink flowers. Oh, wow, there's a whole bunch. Oh, my God. Okay, what do I have? 33 of those? That's fine. I don't need more of those. Oh, you know what I didn't bring is like a building block because I always forget that acacia trees generate in like such weird shapes and heights. Okay, that should get me there. All right, let's start chopping down some acacia trees, shall we? Okay, so I picked up just under 4 stacks of acacia, which I think should be enough. We still have a little bit at the base. I also grabbed a bunch of saplings so we can grow some more. I know we were kind of struggling to keep up with the saplings on the acacia wood, so we should be all set there. Why are you still here? What did I do wrong? Where? Let me get over here. There we go. Okay. And so yeah, that should be enough. I know we still have a little bit of acacia wood like harvested at the base, as well as having a bunch of acacia trees growing in the tree farm. I actually totally forgot that I had done that. So if we need some more, we can grab a little bit more in a pinch. This isn't too far away too, so we can definitely come back and gather some more acacia if we need it. I just need to get back up there and we'll head home. And I think that's a pretty successful trip. We just need to organize our supplies now, and then we can get started on the build, which is super cool. Oh my God, I forgot about all that copper I put down. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are any of them? This one's oxidizing a little bit. Maybe because it's floating in the air. I don't know. Let's see. Are any others going? I'm not seeing it. Not seeing any oxidizing yet. Maybe we need a rainy day because I'm pretty sure. Definitely let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure copper oxidizes faster when it's raining, and we need a rainy day to kind of make that happen. So, well, here's hoping. You know, normally I hate it when it rains in Minecraft, but let's get some rain. Come on, come on. Okay, all right. So we got all of our tuff and all of our acacia wood all sorted out. I would love to have the copper ready, but it's taking a while to oxidize. I mean, it's not even taking that long. I just have absolutely no patience for how long it takes copper to oxidize. So we may have to I don't know. I mean, I could just start building with it. I feel like when I did that this time though, like that is just barely beginning to oxidize. I don't even think any of that is fully oxidized. And we've been in this world multiple times for like multiple hours since we built that roof, and it is still not fully oxidized, which is taking a while. So I definitely would love to build with it after it was oxidized. And I guess I could just I could kind of cheese it and just go do something else like in real life and leave this world up and turn off my recording and let this stuff just kind of oxidize slowly. I mean, some of it's going, you know, like that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. So I'm sure if I give it like a little bit, like maybe an hour or so, it might just all go, which would be really great to just have that taken care of. I would love for it to start raining. That would be awesome. But I think just to do this right and to know the colors that we're working with, because it did kind of irk me when we built that it was the wrong color, and it still is not the right color, and I want it to fully oxidize. So I'd rather wait until this is all oxidized and then build with it, so that way we know like what colors we're working with, and we're not trying to kind of, you know, suss out how it's gonna look afterward. So I will leave this world running for a little bit and go set up or go do some other stuff for a little while, and then when I come back, hopefully this stuff will be oxidized. So all right, I will cut you guys back in when we have a bit more oxidized copper. Okay, so I have left these guys sitting here for probably about 2 hours. I had to do a bunch of stuff, and I ended up, you know, organizing some inventory stuff, doing the crop fields, and you know, trading and doing a whole bunch of stuff, and then just leaving the game running while I worked out with my partner and, you know, got some cooking done and everything. And we are still kind of a ways away. I mean, there are some, like this guy's all the way, this guy's all the way. I mean, there's definitely a few, and I'm gonna pick them up and we're gonna get started with this. I mean, again, I'm gonna be using mostly cut copper for this, so I think even just this little bit will get me pretty far. So let's grab these two, and then I think that's it for all the fully oxidized ones. I guess I could just go ahead and use the partially oxidized ones, but I really want to just stick to fully oxidized blocks, so that way I know, you know, I've got all the right stuff. So all right, let's head over to the workstation here. Of course, now it starts raining. I'm sure it rained while I was, you know, doing other stuff, but it feel like it took forever for it to start raining. Definitely let me know in the comments, does rain make copper oxidize faster? I feel like it has to, right? I don't know. I mean, that would make sense, but I could also see them not really going through all the trouble to kind of program that in. So, okay, copper. I mean, that might be everything we need. We've got the acacia, we've got the copper, we've got the tuff. That's kind of the palette. I don't really, I mean, I'm trying to think of other types of blocks to incorporate into this build. I love copper and acacia and tuff. I think they all go really well together. I'm just wondering, let me do one last run back to the storage room and kind of go through what I've got. I mean, deep slate, like some deep slate bricks could look nice. I definitely want this to look kind of moody and not like sinister, but not like playful either. The other thing that sort of briefly went through my mind is, because we just saw that there's a mangrove swamp over there, we could run over there and pick up some mangrove. I'm not sure how well mangrove and acacia are gonna mesh together. They're two like very similar tones with like the warm kind of reddish orange. So All right, let's see. I mean, diorite, not really into granite either. Deep slate. Why don't we take some deep slate and just see if maybe that'll do it for us? Definitely not netherrack. Although nether bricks would actually look really cool too. Oh, I have a gas tier. I didn't even realize that. Blackstone, basalt. Basalt would actually look kind of cool. I have ooh, red sand. Ooh. Wait. Terracotta. Red terracotta. Purple terracotta. Green terracotta. How would green look in that mix? That might actually look kind of cool. I'm gonna grab that. And in fact, I'm gonna go make some more too, because I have a feeling that will look pretty cool, because tuff kind of has a greenish hue to it. When you look at it, it's got like a slightly green, this is making me nervous because I've stayed up so many nights. I feel like there's got to be a creeper hanging out around here somewhere. Tuff has like a slightly greenish hue to it. Oh God, I gotta make a better system for this. I could see tuff and green going well together, and green with that orange would also be kind of a unique color combination. Ooh. And it would help it feel a little bit kind of oh God. It would help it feel a little bit unconventional without making it too like sinister. Like green to me is kind of not like a playful color, but something that's like a little more lively and happy, I guess. It's more of like a positive color. It definitely evokes more of a positive feeling than say like red or black. So let me smelt up. Ooh, I have some cherry wood in there. I have some birch in there. Cool. Let me smelt that up. And yeah, we'll let that go. I mean, we've got 56. If we're just using it as sort of like as like an accent block in certain areas, I think that should get us pretty far. And green with the copper too. Oof. Okay, yeah, green terracotta for sure. I think that's the last block I want to incorporate. I don't want to go too much more crazy with like throwing lots of different colors and textures into it. I mean, this stuff is getting there. Almost all the blocks are pretty much partially oxidized. Is that one fully oxidized? No, it's not. Now we just need to dream up like a shape for this. And I don't really have anything in mind. I mean, I know I want it to be a tower, but I'm not really sure what I want it to look like. I'm definitely thinking something a little bit more steampunky, so it's probably going to be a little bit more like rectilinear and kind of more industrial feeling, sort of similar to the iron farm. Okay, let's throw this stuff down. Oh yeah, I have those signs on me from when I was reorganizing my inventory. So okay, let's get some tough bricks going. Nope. Oh, I forgot how many variants tuff has. Oh, it's amazing. There's polished tuff too. Okay. Ooh, and then there's chiseled tuff. What does that look like? I can barely see that. My brain is like not seeing that. Chiseled tough bricks. What does that look like? Ooh, that would be like a really nice like base block. Okay, so now, okay, I know I'm like running around. I really want to get like a really funky color palette for this. And I think sort of looking at that, like this block, don't you think basalt would look so good with this? It would be kind of like a petrified wood look to it. So as much as I hate to have to do it, I think we got to run to the nether really quick and just pick up a little bit of basalt. So let me get some stuff ready for that. That's pretty much just grabbing a pair of gold boots or something, just so that way I don't get attacked by piglins. But I think basalt and that would look really nicely. What I was trying to say, and then I got distracted, is I have a buddy, Withered Golem. If you haven't checked out his YouTube page, it's linked on my channel under my friends. And he does a lot of like steampunky kind of industrial builds. And one of the color palettes that he seems to use a lot are like tough copper and then a lot of basalt. I see him use a lot of basalt. And Withered Golem, like if you're watching this video, please feel free to chime in here and be like, no, Otto, I don't do that. That's a different block. But I think it's basalt, and so I'm gonna break some of that out and see if I can make kind of, I'm not trying to like copy him in any respect, but I'm definitely trying to see if I can make something that's got like similar vibes. All right, these boots are about to break too, so let's make this a quick trip and try not to take any damage. Yay, we get to go to the nether. I feel like I'm doing this a lot lately. I feel like I'm going to the nether all the time. I'm definitely getting like a little less freaked out by it, but there's just no way to get around the fact that the nether is a scary place to go, because you're just there's so many ways to die, you know? And like a lot of the ways too are like irreparable, like lose all your stuff, and you know, and that would just be critical at this stage. All right, I know, whoa, Jesus. I know that there's some basalt right here. It's like, I don't know if that's sort of the stuff I'm looking for though. I think I'm looking more for like, I think there's some over here. Keep my eye out because there's a lot of like random pits around here. Ooh. Oh no, this is that stuff, I think. Yeah, I think this is that stuff. Okay, there's a whole bunch of it right here, so why don't I just grab this? All right, let's see if this would work. Ah, that's actually not as good of a mix as I thought it was going to be. I may be using the wrong block, because the block I'm thinking of has like almost like, it looks like a tree trunk on the top. Like instead of this like crackled texture, it's got like rings. Definitely let me know in the comments what that block is. I think we're gonna skip the basalt because that doesn't seem like a good option. But if somebody knows what that block is and could let me know, that would be super helpful. So, okay, let's grab this. Let's grab this. Let's turn this into these, and then this into these. Do we want to do smooth tough? See which one looks better. I think it's the bricks. Yeah. Yeah, that has much more of like a cohesive, you know, design to it. The way the lines all like line up and everything. I think that's it. Grab out our scaffolding. We can throw down those bits. Oh, let's take off the gold boots. Drop my bow too. I grabbed that when I was coming out of my base after waiting so many nights for the copper to oxidize because I figured I'd have to fight a bunch of creepers. So, okay. Trying to think of how I want this to go. I think also trying to think about like sight lines. So what about like here? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. I'm into it. And then probably go up on this like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Yeah, I think that's good. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's a good start. I like that. And then what if we put, well, we're gonna have to do, oh, you know what? This is a great spot to use the smooth tough. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Okay, I'm into that. I'm into that. And then let's do, we may end up needing more acacia wood because kind of what I've got going in my head is going to require a decent amount of acacia wood. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up working out here. Interesting. I'm not sure this works anymore. I almost feel like it just needs to go all the way to the ground with the acacia wood. And that'll look a little bit better. Piece of scaffolding up there. Precious. Okay, that's like getting somewhere. I'm not against it. So what I'm thinking about now is bringing this up to a point. That's better. Ooh, I am into this. This is cool. This is a really interesting color palette. And what we can do to sort of break up that transition is we can do like a copper, like an oxidized copper sort of trim running right there will look so good. I'm into it. Okay. All right. Let's copy that on all the other sides now. All right, so we got all four sides going. That's looking really funky. And obviously it needs like a bunch of details and a little bit more shape and everything, but I think that's a really nice start. It's a really unconventional color palette. I love the way the copper and the tough, or not copper, the acacia and the tough work together. I think we're really cooking. So now we got to work on like the tower proper component, and yeah, oops, we have to, oh my god, I keep doing that. F4, goodness Christ. Yeah, we got to start working on that. And I wonder if that's a place to introduce some green to the color palette. Let me get, oh no, I've got them on me. Let's just test out how high we want to go. Oh, I need more bricks. Whoa, not what I meant to do. I'm just curious, does basalt do anything in a stone cutter? Oh, wait. That's what I was thinking about. That's the stuff. Okay, so it's polished basalt. All right, save your comments. I know now. Here, wait. Now I'm curious. If I do that, it still doesn't quite do it, you know? I don't know, actually. Maybe it does. I don't know. There's just too much of a hard line between where the colors go from like this greenish, this like warm kind of green to these like cool grays. I don't think that's it. Good to know though. That could be a really cool block to work with in the future for other builds. All right, let's see how high we want to go with this guy. Oh wait, I'm using Isha and I want bricks. Eight, maybe? What are we looking at there? I think to balance out the height of this, we need to go a little bit taller with it. So maybe another 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the height right there. That's it. Okay. Oh, that's gonna look so good. Oh my god, I'm so into that. Let's see, how's my copper looking? I think I see like 2 or 3 more completed ones. I'm just curious now. When I do this, and I do this, we do copper stairs. Holy moly, that's a bunch. So ooh, ooh. Oh, that looks so cool. And then we could do trapdoors along the sides to kind of bring that all the way down. Did I use all the copper? I did. I used all the copper. But that'll look so cool. We could even like throw some stairs here that the trapdoors will connect to, and it'll create like this. Oh, I love it. The only thing I might change is instead of a stair up there, I might make that a slab. So that way it kind of doesn't come up so far, because I think that's a little too much. So, okay, cool. Let me throw these down. So now here's where I'm wondering if it's worth integrating the green terracotta. It might be just one too many colors, honestly. I don't know that it's acacia wood that should go in there, though, either. I don't know. I mean, acacia would make sense, because that's what we've got down here, and so to carry that up would make more sense. Do I have... Oh, no, I gotta grab some acacia. Yeah, we very well might need to go get some more acacia wood. I didn't anticipate it being this big of an element in this build. Whoops. Yeah, I think it's acacia. I think that just makes more sense. Like, once we start carrying that color palette up, it just makes more sense. And that's like, that is 3 elements, you know? It's the acacia wood, it's the copper, and it's the tuff. I want to... The thing that's like irking me a little bit about this build so far is that there's like an absence of texture. Like, we have a lot of like the same textures going on, and I'm wondering if it would even behoove us to incorporate, where did they end up? Incorporate just like little odd bits of like of the smooth tough. Ooh, I do think that makes a difference. That actually makes a big difference. I like the way that looks. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good way to add texture to that. Now I'm trying to think about how to add texture to the acacia parts. And that very well could just be making some acacia planks. I do want the acacia. I know this is a little weird for me, but I do want the acacia going up and down. I think that like makes a little bit more sense. I mean, that definitely helps for sure. Let me get that one too. Okay. All right. That's something. I'm almost wondering, and hear me out here. I'm going to grab a different block to try out. Ooh. We're gonna have to wax it if we want it to stay that color. That looks good though with the acacia. I think this group of textures, like if we... Yep, there we go. There's our texture for that. We're gonna put the smooth tough on the beams to kind of break those up a little bit. And then yeah, I think we're looking a little bit better for kind of adding some depth to this build without having to go too crazy with it. And we'll do the same convention on the tower itself. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get some beeswax because I know I have some. I probably do not have enough to do this whole tower. So we're going to have to do some kind of figuring out as to how to get enough beeswax for that. I mean, I'm sure I have some. Let's check. Let's see what's going on in the apiary. Such a fun build. I love the cherry. I had like never built with cherry before I built this build. And I think especially the cherry and the deep slate, that's a really cool combination. Let's see. We have 9 beeswax. Okay. Let's see. Are our bees out and about? There's one out. That's another 3. Another 3. Anybody want to come out and make more bees? Come on, I know I have a whole bunch of bees in here. All right, well, we've got 12. No, we've got 15 beeswax. That's a start. This build is definitely going to be a process of like going back and gathering more of like the little materials because like the copper is we're still working on the copper, and we're going to have to grab a bunch of beeswax in order to wax the copper that we're going to incorporate into the walls. I mean, 15 should get us a decent portion of the way. I don't think we need a ton because I'm going to put it in pretty sparingly. There we go. Like, I think that amount in a wall this size is exactly what I want. I don't want more than that, especially if we're adding in the planks. I think that's a good system right there. I think that looks good. So, okay, I'm going to add in, well, I got to add that texture to each one of these though, and I don't have any more raw copper blocks. So I'm going to have to do some running around and, oops, I brought the shears with me. That's my bad. I'm going to have to probably, whatever, strip some copper in there for these bits. I do think we're going to get pretty far with the cut copper, though, because, I mean, that made 32 stairs. And so if we get even just like another 6 or so to fully oxidize, that'll probably be enough copper for the majority of this build. And then we can kind of, yeah, we can go from there. So let me grab some of this copper, shear it up, or strip it, or whatever you call it when you, because you can hit it with an axe and it'll go back to being like fresh copper, right? At least I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Like, I think I see a few that are still good right here. So I'm going to pick these guys up. But I'm pretty sure the rest, yeah, has gone a little ways. But what if I do this? Oh, yeah. And I do think I want to keep it as this copper block and not put it into the cut copper, because I think that's going to be, if we do that in the walls and then we do cut copper for the roofs, it's just going to be like a lot of cut copper texture. And I don't want to overdo that texture because it's already kind of busy. Yeah. Yep. That looks great. And then we'll just wax these. Perfect. Cool stuff. All right. I'm loving the textures. It just, I don't know. It feels kind of industrial. You know, just the orange with like the little bits of copper and the wood and the planks. I don't know. It feels like a little worn down, but also like a little bit like industrial. So I'm into it. I think that's looking really good. So I'm going to do that texturing on all the sides and start working it up the tower. And we're going to have to kind of be careful about how much we're using of each thing, especially because we don't have a lot of the wax. So we're probably going to run out doing the doing this portion of it, but hopefully my bees will be a little bit more cooperative and we'll be able to get some more beeswax and maybe breathe them up a little bit. So cool. All right. Ooh, boy. Oh, okay. That was a whole process of getting that all together. I had to strip a bunch of copper. I had to go do bee things over and over again. I was jumping around trying to get this all taken care of so that way I could have everything waxed and everything, you know, copper and like all set. I am trying to think about what I want to do for the top of the tower, but there's a part of me that thinks I should sort of resolve what's going on here and get this area all set. I don't think I have any more. I have one regular oxidized copper. Let me check to see what we've got going on down here with our copper oxidizing. I feel like some of it's taking so long to fully oxidize. I almost am tempted to just send it and just do it. I did not realize the commitment that we were getting into by trying to wait for all this stuff to fully oxidize. Okay, there's 2 pieces fully oxidized. We can look around and see if there's any more. Let me just sleep through this night really quick. So let's pick these guys up. Let's see, I think I see 1, 2 more over there. Beautiful. I mean, and now the real question is, do we just go with like the partially oxidized copper and just let it oxidize the rest of the way? I mean, it's got most of the color there, you know, like it's not like we're using these pieces that are like this brownish color. Like these are pretty much the green that we're looking for. So I'm thinking, yeah, just for the sake of being able to keep forging ahead on the build, like these pieces, once we cut them and everything, will oxidize. So let me knock all these out. I also want to clean up this area because it's been irking me. Oh, there's one more fully oxidized block there. There we go. Ooh, I missed a few. There we go. And a few more over here. Cool. All right, that's most of the copper. That's 30 pieces of weathered copper. That should get us pretty far, I think. I think that'll get us most of the way, if not all the way there. So hopefully we don't need to like start smelting more copper. That would be ideal. I think when we cut this and turn it into the cut copper, we should get a lot. So we should be good. Let's throw this in here. Let's make a few slabs. Oh boy, that used a lot. Wow. And then let's make, we do have a bunch of stairs, right? I think we have a ton of stairs. We have 32 stairs. So before we go too crazy getting the rest of these cut, let's fully suss out what we're doing here with this design. So this is going to be a slab. I bet that's really going to change it. Oh, that looks so much better. And then we can do here. Wait, can we make the trapdoors on the here? Let's use the weathered copper. Can we make the trapdoors on the stone cutter? We can't. How do we? Oh, we need the bars to make, or the ingots to make the trapdoors, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, so let me go grab some ingots just so that way I can get this fully fleshed out. I should have set those up earlier too and let those oxidize, but I wasn't quite thinking it through. Ooh, this is coming along. This looks so good. The one change I might do is I might open this door a little bit more. And oh, that's copper. And do something like that, and maybe play with like, maybe even knock this out too. And do something in here that's like, I don't even know how to put it, but it's gonna be like a little bit more sunken in, and I have to think about like what wood type I want to do that out of. Because we have, you know, acacia's like our solid wood type that we've been using for this build. But there's a part of me that almost wants to do it out of spruce, but I don't know how that's going to look, you know? I want to do like a wall here and maybe do it out of trapdoors. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's get the rest of this going around here. and get this kind of fully realized. Okay, so this is really coming together. I love the look of this so far. This is gonna look so much better too once those trapdoors are oxidized. I'm kicking myself for not doing that sooner. We're gonna have to do something kind of, I don't know how to put it, but there's got to be something going on in here, because right now it's this very flat area in the middle of these like kind of ornate, you know, spheres, and something's got to go on with these windows that's going to make them a little bit more like have a little bit more pop to them. Kind of unsure what that's going to be. I also realized I forgot to texture a lot or the rest of this with the smooth tough, so I'm going to do that now, just so that way we can really get like a full idea of like what everything's going to look like, because we're going to because it's going to mess with me if we don't have all those elements in place. I do apologize, kind of jumping around a little bit and trying to retrace my steps. I've been recording this episode over the course of many days at like a half an hour at a time, because I just haven't gotten the time, and I've been, you know, jumping between other projects. The most recent thing I've been doing, and definitely check these out if you haven't yet, is I tried streaming for the first time. That's one of the reasons why there hasn't been a new video for a little bit, because during the week that I would have been working on this video, I decided to do 2 live streams, and that was so much fun. I did not realize how much fun streaming would be. You know, I kind of always thought I'd be a little too timid, or I wouldn't know what I was doing. And, you know, you never know what you're doing, you know, to not do something because you're unsure, you know, like that is not a valid reason to not do something, you know. I mean, be confident, like just do it, because I had so much fun streaming, and it was just an all over good time, you know. And granted, they weren't like huge streams. It wasn't like I was streaming for like 3 hours. I think the first one was like 40 minutes, and then the second one was maybe like an hour and a half. So they were kind of little compact, tight streams to just give it a go, see if I could, you know, handle it, see if I could figure out the technical side of it. And I again, like, I had so much fun. It was well worth the experience. And so definitely going to be doing that more often. So check them out, because those are going to become a regular thing. I hope that, you know, having those 2 new live streams on my channel could hold you guys over until I got this video done. I know a lot of people watch my channel because they just want to watch the videos, and I totally get that. I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that only live streams. I always want to be publishing new videos, because I know that, you know, tuning into a live stream isn't always people's deal. And also, you know, it's just not the same vibe as a video. Like, this way I can just sort of hang out and chat with you guys, but during the stream there's like a little bit more kind of double duty almost, where you're streaming and you're playing, but then you're also trying to kind of, you know, navigate chat and figure everything out. And it can be a little bit overwhelming at times, not just for me but for viewers, you know. So I totally understand if people are gonna just sort of stick to the videos. I will not stop making them. Don't worry. They are a fixture of my channel, and we will always be posting long plays and just sort of chilling out and not having to stress about streams. But definitely going to be streaming a little bit more in the future, because I haven't at all, and it's time to start introducing that to my channel. So, all right, let me get the last 1 or 2. Yeah, the last 2 of these set up. It's funny how you feel so hesitant about a build too when you first start it. This is definitely kind of intimidating me at first because it's such a far departure from my regular style, but as I've been building it, it's kind of started to make sense to me what I need to do. And so it's getting there, you know. I still there's still ways to go on this build for sure. We're still, you know, having to mess with stuff and get things kind of dialed in, but I think, you know, just working on it, the feeling that I've been getting is more so, oh, I know, you know, that I want that block to be that block, and I want this to look like that, you know. That being said, I have no idea what I'm going to do for the top of this tower. We're going to see how that shapes up, because it's going to be a little experiment for sure. Let's just get like one more in here, like right here. Did I put scaffolding up to get up here? I did. All right. All right. How we looking? How we looking? Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that makes such a huge difference. Oh, this is starting to look so good. Okay. Definitely something needs to happen to bring a little bit more shape into the tower itself, because it feels a little bit like simple, especially based off of, and maybe it'll feel different. Like, I think I'm just going to forge ahead and start working on the top of the tower, but it probably will feel a little different once I get the top of the tower on there, but it feels a little simple. It feels a little blank, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna love that, you know, but I gotta suss out like what we're gonna do for the top of the tower, and I definitely want to incorporate like some stuff into the tower itself. Like, I was thinking maybe a big sort of gear, like a clockwork gear or something, and then maybe on another side like a crane or something to kind of give it a little bit more shape and make it feel a little bit more kind of steampunky. Maybe some chimneys sticking off the side. I have to figure out what the top is though. Like, that's essential. We can't really forge ahead without figuring out what the top is going to be. So let me throw all this stuff down. And let me free cam this again. I don't think it needs to be very big. That's the thing, is we've got a lot of depth to the base. So I almost think the top doesn't need to go out that much farther. I'm thinking it literally needs to come out maybe one block. And then that will be like a good sort of, it doesn't need to be like the enchanting tower where the top kind of comes out a decent amount. I think it can just be something simple. So let me, I'm trying to think about what I want to do for the color palette on the top. I mean, I think we should stick pretty close to what we've been doing. Can we do tough brick? Ooh, tough brick walls. Wait a minute. Let me try something. I'm very curious if this will work. Throw down this. And then where are we at? Like, what, how high is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I want to go 7 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's the top one of that guy there. So it's this one. And I think I want to knock out this guy, and this guy. Ooh, that definitely makes a difference. I'm kind of into it. I think it looks a little wonky right now because there's no other elements like that around. Like I bet if I did that on all the sides, it would definitely change up the way that tower feels. Oh no. No. Yes. Okay. So let me try that on all the sides really quick. Ooh. Oh, we're getting somewhere. That's good. That's good. I almost wonder if they can go one block more in each direction. Like, I think it's not intentional enough. I think it's just this little blip. And if it was just one more in each direction, that could really send it. It definitely makes it feel, I don't know how to put it, but it makes it feel more like I don't want to say chunky, but I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but that's doing it for me for sure. So let me knock that one out. Oh, I'm gonna need more tough walls. Oh, I'm so happy I realized that I could do this. This is great. This is fantastic. Ooh. Yes, yes. Because you know what it is? It's this variance in depth. It's the base is very wide. It's got lots of layers to it. It's got like 1, 2, kind of almost like 3 layers to it. And then it comes into this. And if it was just this shape, this 5x5 shape all the way around going up, it feels very flat. But because it comes in another step, even just very slightly, it kind of makes it feel like the tower is more narrow at its center than it actually is. So I think that's like it. I think we've got to just do that. Now I just got to do that on all the sides. I just did it on those front 2 to get like a sense of it before I committed too hard, but we're definitely going to do that. So, okay, let's take a look at this now. Yup. Oh, that's so cool. It's so subtle, but it makes such a big difference. It really does. Okay. So now we just need to get the top on there. Sorry, that was a slight digression, definitely to improve the look of this, but I think it was well worth it. I really do. You know what it kind of looks like? It sort of looks like there's like pipes exposed, you know? Oh, wait. Okay. We'll do it later, but what if we put lightning rods in the middle? So we knocked out like the middle 2. Oh, that wouldn't work because, or maybe we do the end blocks we do as lightning rods. I don't know how that's going to work, but I think incorporating in some lightning rods to kind of add one more layer of depth and also make it look like the frame of the beam is being exposed would be so cool. I'm so into that. So, all right, awesome. All right, so what are we going to do for the top? What are we feeling, you know? Definitely more tough, definitely more acacia, and something not so big, something that doesn't jut out too far. I think it might be really simple, just like a square top, right? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be like fully square. It can be, let's get some tough bricks out, and then where's the smooth tough? Let's get the smooth tough, and let's get up there. Go a little higher with that. Okay, I think that's high enough. So what if, so let's bump up one more on each side. So we'll go higher, a little bit higher. And then from here, we go out one like this on each side. Just something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that might do it. And what I'm thinking almost is make this a little bit more rectilinear, like just straight up, and then a kind of really pointy tower top. I'm almost feeling like this is turning into almost like a clock tower, which I'm not opposed to. It doesn't make a ton of sense all the way out here at the edge of town. I don't know that I'll actually turn it into a clock tower, but I mean, it might even just, I don't know. Do we just put a roof on it? Like, is that all we need? Is just this and then a roof? I don't know. Let me ponder it for a moment. Maybe look at some inspiration photos because I'm feeling a little bit lost. I'm not going to lie. I'm not 100% sure how I want this to look. And so I'd rather like pull up some inspiration photos and get some clarity and then go from there instead of trying to fully, you know, freehand this. I definitely want to see what other people have done in the past to kind of create this vibe. I think we're getting there. I really do. And that has been all sort of just freehanding it, but I think it needs a little bit of help with some inspiration. So I'm going to do a little research and ponder some ideas, and then we will jump right back into this. Okay, so I did a little pondering and I thought about what to do. And I did look at some inspiration, although it was surprisingly hard to find. I guess I do have sort of a specific vision in my head because what I was looking for, I couldn't quite seem to find. And it sort of seemed unclear, you know, what to do with this. But there's a couple different edits I want to make with the tower. But first things first, I definitely want to suss out what we're doing for the roof, just so that way we can have like the full structure of the tower taken care of. And I do think I'm going to opt to not go any higher with the tower top. So I don't want to build like another layer up. I do think I want to build another layer out though. So basically I want to go, let's see, how am I going to do this? I want to go like out to here, if that makes any sense. And probably will definitely bring this out one more. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, little scary there, but I think that's about as high as I want to do that. And we're gonna dress that up a little bit with some copper and stuff, so it's not just this like plain kind of, yeah, because it looks a little funky right now, but I think there's a way to make that look, in fact, actually it doesn't look as funky as I thought it was going to, but I'm wondering if like some copper kind of struts connecting it. I think I want to run a piece of oxidized cut copper actually going all the way up, and then it could connect to something here. So I think that's going to be the way that looks. But next I want to sort out what's going on. Oh, here, you know what? We got to bring this up one more. Okay, I think that's high enough now. Next, I want to sort out what's going on the roof, though, because I have like an idea in mind for what I want this to look like. So probably starting from like here. Yeah, like here. And then over, up, maybe 2. Over and then up. I should be really varying these blocks. over and up. Oops, not what I meant to do. How does that look as like a start? Okay. I almost feel like it does need to come out from this farthest block. I think if it starts off like set in one, it doesn't really work. I know I don't really have, I'm not doing a good job of explaining like my plan, and to be fully honest, I don't really have a plan. I'm really just kind of sussing this build out as I go. So let's start it from here. Let's try this a different way. How does that look? Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yes, I'm into that. Okay. So let's do that on all sides. Okay, how are we looking? That looks pretty cool. Okay, I'm into that. That's pretty much exactly what I was looking for. So I'm into that. I like that. I'm wondering if I want to fill those in or leave them open. There's a part of me that almost wants to fill them in with like waxed copper door trap doors. I think that could look really cool to kind of carry over the orangey theme, you know? But yeah, all right, so that's looking good. Now we need to start sussing out a roof system for this, which is definitely going to be out of the oxidized copper. Yeah, that actually, I'm like really into that shape. I'm really into the like design of it. I almost feel like it's not even worth filling in these windows. I kind of like the idea of them being open. Like, I think maybe like a tough wall, these kinds of wall blocks, maybe like right here and maybe in the middle too, but I kind of like the idea of them being open. Let me get up there. I do not have enough tough walls, so tough. Oh, there's polished tough walls too. I think I'm just vibing with the brick walls for this though. Let me throw down a few torches in here too, 'cause it's a little dark. Wow, how did I get that perfect? So like tough wall, and tough wall. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. No, I'm so into that. Okay, cool. So let me just quickly do that all around. Okay, we got to get the scaffolding off the roof because it's messing with my head. I got to go all the way back down and back up though to do that. So let me do that. Although there is a little part of me that almost kind of likes the look of the scaffolding all around the build. I don't like it on the roof. I think that needs to come down, but maybe like some aesthetic pieces of scaffolding kind of scattered around the build could be kind of cool. Okay, all right, we're feeling good about our roof. We're feeling good about our top part. Maybe it needs trapdoors. I'm gonna put some in and we're gonna see what it looks like. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, I'm so into that. I kind of feel like they should be waxed too. I don't want them to turn, I don't want them to oxidize. I kind of like them that color. I think that does it. So cool. Okay, I definitely have a little bit of beeswax, but let me run and grab a little more. Boy, this build has been a lot of running around and setting up more supplies and just kind of, you know, gathering and regathering. It's nice that some of these are starting to oxidize. That's going to be able to give us a good sense of what this is going to look like. So, but I know I've got like 10 or 12 beeswax, and I think I'll need like 16 or 18 for that area. So let me grab a little bit more beeswax. Ooh, good thing I grabbed that, or otherwise I wouldn't have had enough. I had exactly the right amount to do that. That's so fantastic. So, okay. I know I said I was done messing with the roof, and I have been, I am trying to reconcile it. I just like, okay, so let's go like over here and let's take a look at it. It just feels a little bit like it's not dramatic enough. It's not doing, I'm not sure what it should be doing, but it's not doing the right thing. It's like coming up too high, or its variance is too little. Like the jumps in between the different levels is the same too much. So it's not, I kind of feel like, and I know I just finished it and I should just call it quits, but I kind of feel like I need to mess with it a little bit more. And I think I know what to do with it. I think I'm gonna simplify it a little bit, just because it's not, that's not working. It's just not. As much as I want to be able to call it done and be done with it, I do need to mess with it a little bit more. So let me get back up there. Okay, so I spent a very long time messing with the roof, and it's still not ideal. There's some little details that I'd like to mess around with on it. I think some copper trapdoors that aren't waxed so they oxidize would look good on these flat spots here. So that way they kind of bring in a little bit more of that oxidized, or like, sorry, copper trapdoors that will oxidize. So, you know, not waxed, you know, on like this spot and maybe on these spots right here will kind of carry over more of that color. And then lightning rod, I think, just to give it one last little pop of green or blue once it gets all oxidized up there. But I do think that's a huge improvement. There's something about the roof before that just like wasn't working, and like from here this feels so much more, I don't know how to put it, but it just feels a little bit more like cohesive with the design. This thing is very interestingly shaped because it like bows out and then goes back in and then bows back out and goes back in. I'm actually really into the shape of this. I think this is looking really cool. It's very funky and I like it a lot. So, okay, we're good there. We're good there. Let me, I do want to just like fully send it. So let me, oh, do I not have any copper ingots left? Uh-oh. I have 4 trapdoors, which is good, but I definitely need more. And I think I still have a little bit of copper smelting, or was smelting over in the at the smelting house. So let me grab that and get that set up and put those trapdoors around just so those can start to oxidize. And then I think, I know I keep saying it, but then I think we are finally done with the roof. And I mean, again, even just like from looking at it, like granted, we don't have the best angle on it here, but this is huge improvement. I love the use of the acacia wood because it's gonna have that copper color, but it's never gonna oxidize, and so it's kind of like this cross beam support strut thing. I think that looks, yeah, I'm good with that. I know I keep saying it to myself like I'm trying to convince myself, and I think in a way I kind of am, but I really am like quite happy, so much happier with the way that looks than the way it looked before. So I also need to do, I think I need to do a little chores for a second because I need more food. I'm starting to run low on steak because I've been running around so much because of this build. So I need to get some food cooking. I think I actually probably have a little bit of steak left over, but or maybe some like baked potatoes, but I should definitely get that going too. Ooh. Ooh, this looks so good. Yes, yes, the roof is so much better now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to step away from it for a second, but this looks so much better now. I'm quite pleased with that. So cool. Let's just get those trapdoors in place. And I think those are going to add like some much needed detail to the roof once those are oxidized. And it's going to make a huge difference. It's going to look so good. Okay, we've got the trapdoors. Wow, one already started oxidizing. Look at that. That's so cool. But we got the trapdoors in place. I do think those make a big difference in breaking up the sameness of the texture of the acacia. So we're good. We're good on the roof. Wow, I felt like we were never gonna get there, but we did. It just took a lot of experimenting and a lot of messing around to get us there. So awesome. All right. Well, next thing that I wanted to do was start kind of adding some details to the tower, like the sort of upright part of the tower here. And one thing that I thought would look good, and we're gonna have to use some unoxidized copper again because we don't have the stuff oxidized, but are some kind of struts, if that makes any sense. So let me just grab all the copper stuff that we have. Okay, beautiful. I don't need to do that. And let's just throw this down here. Whoops. So here, taking out these two blocks and replacing them, let's use what we've got of the like weathered copper. Going a little bit higher with it. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm letting all that oxidize, and that will like carry up the blue more. God, it's so, I won't lie, but building with copper is a real challenge for me because of the oxidation thing. Like it totally throws me for a yard because it is not super simple. Let me throw this down. How many up did we go on that guy? Six up. Okay. Yes. Yes. Oh God, this is really coming along and I am absolutely loving it. Okay, cool. So we've got those in place and I think those make a big difference in sort of like adjusting the variance of the tower. Yeah. Oh my God, this is again, no idea what I'm doing. Totally just roughing it, you know, and I think this looks so good. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get some kind of struts here. Nothing crazy. Like, I really think it's just gonna be like 2 stairs on each, or maybe even just like 1 stair set in the middle, just to kind of like support the top like coming out. Otherwise it feels like a little bit like it's just kind of floating freely, and I don't love that. So something like that. Or do we do that? That, I like that a little bit more. I think that makes a little bit more sense. And then we don't have enough, but we could throw like a trapdoor here and a trapdoor there and a trapdoor there and there. I think I'm into that. That's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, yes, yes, that looks perfect. I love that. Yes, no, I'm not gonna do it. I was about to say I could almost see a world where we make this a full block and then put the stair here and like the trapdoor there. I don't know. Would that look better? Could we be into that? Why don't we leave it for now? I wasn't able to do this side because I don't have enough trapdoors and I need more copper. Somehow, incredibly, I need more copper. Granted, I have started using so much more for this build than I thought I was going to. This is looking so good. Oh my god. Okay, yes, and I can't wait for everything to oxidize. Like, once these beams oxidize, once the roof finishes oxidizing and the trapdoors up there finish oxidizing, it's all gonna look so much better. It's all gonna be more cohesive. I think I need to get more copper though. I really do. I think I might need to get more copper. Yeah, because I don't have any more smelted, and I'm pretty sure I have a little bit more left over in the smelting house. But honestly, at this point, there's like, okay, so there's a part of me, and this might be crazy, but there's a part of me that almost feels like this needs a supporting structure attached to it, like some sort of house structure coming off and maybe connecting here. Or maybe it comes off of here and connects here. I'm not quite sure which direction it should go off of, but that's going to require a bunch of copper if we're going to do that in the same style. And yeah, like this build has definitely been a bit of a challenge. I've been messing around with it for a while and I'm really happy with how it's coming out, but I want to give it like the right amount of time and I want to get this right. I'm really happy with how it's coming out, but it's definitely been a little bit more of a challenge, especially because it's kind of outside my wheelhouse in terms of like color palettes and shapes. I mean, maybe not shapes. This is kind of a shape I feel like I've probably done before, but so I'm going to get some copper set up and do some of that stuff, but I think we might be looking at the end of this episode. I'm not keen on doing this, but I think this build is a 2-parter, honestly, because it's just, if I keep, you know, plugging away at it, we might be looking at like a 3 to 4 hour long episode. Not that I have any sort of, you know, opposition to that, but I would like to, you know, get this right and do it in the allotted time. We basically got the tower completed. Like, that's what we got done today. And then in the next episode, we can get the like supporting structure attached to it and do a little bit more like resource gathering and everything for the end battle. Oh man, there's no lava. Oh man. Yeah, I think that's the universe telling me that that we need to call it for today. and we will pick this build back up. Let's go back over to it and take like one last look. I mean, from here, it is a sight to behold. I am loving this build so much. I'm really happy too that I built it kind of a little outside of the valley, because it doesn't fully match like everything that's going on in the valley in terms of like having a lot of like oak wood and spruce and those kinds of elements. It's definitely a departure, and it feels like exactly what I wanted, which is like this kind of hermit's tower on the edge of town that like almost doesn't make sense. Like it's kind of out of place, but it's there and everybody knows about it, and it just feels like a little bit of like a weird kind of like extra bit to the town. But yeah, this is the tower. This is what we've gotten done. I think we've made a lot of really good progress today, and I'm going to do a little off-camera mining and smelting and set up us up with a little bit more copper, maybe a little bit more tuff, maybe a little bit more acacia, because I do think it would behoove us to do like a supporting structure that comes off of this build too, like a little, nothing huge, like a house maybe like this tall. Like, what is this? This is 6, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, maybe like there, like 8 high, and it comes off of here, and and maybe then it has a roof on top of it, so it goes up to like 12 or 13 blocks high. But it would just kind of balance it out, because right now it does feel like it's just sort of jutting out of the ground, and there's a drama to that, but it's like a little too much for me, honestly, in terms of the way I want this tower to look. So having like a little supporting structure coming off of it, I think will make a big difference. So awesome. All right, well, thank you so much, guys, for joining in today. I had a lot of fun with this build. I had a lot of fun setting up the trades and sort of doing everything that we needed to do to continue setting up for the dragon battle and the castle build. This was a really fun build, and we're definitely going to continue it in the next episode. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you watched this far, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your favorite part. Well, let me know suggestions for what I should do for this build, because I'm definitely open to hearing what people think might look good on this build. And yeah, we will pick it up in the next episode of the Story World Survival. So all right, I will see you guys in the next one.